Hello? Hello! Today, I'm back with a video that I've been promising since 2015. How do you know this, you ask? Well, I use my Instagram as a time capsule and I scrolled through my feed and I actually pinpointed the day that I first posted about how I do my gel nails at home. I think I featured it in like a favorites video too. I just never got around to filming it. Actually, that is a lie. I never got around to filming it properly. I did sit down and attempt filming this once upon a time. I just had no idea how to film overhead shots, how to set up my lighting, how to not stick my face in front of the camera. I was a hot mess. Anyway, today I'm back to show you how I do my gel manicure at home. I'm gonna show you the removal, the grooming of my nails, how I paint them, and all of the products that I use. I've been doing this since 2015, but I did take a bit of a break last year because I'd started getting my nails professionally done because I liked a little bit of length. But lately I've really been wanting shorter nails so I can clean the house and cook and clean the stove and all of that fun stuff. I don't care what anybody says out there that has long nails. That stuff is a lot harder to do with long nails. This is coming from a person who had long, luscious nails for about a year and a half. It was a pain in my ass. It was very hard to do housework without constantly banging them up and like breaking them and having to go get them refilled. Where the hell was I going with this? Yes, I have shorter nails now, and I figured if I'm gonna have little chiclets like this, I may as well save some money and do them at home because I'm actually pretty good at doing them, in my opinion. I want to preface this with telling you that I'm not a professional. So for anybody that's a nail tech out there that's watching this cringing, I'm sorry.
I'm doing my best, okay?
I think I'm doing everything okay, but I could be fucking up, who knows? I'm just trying to save a couple dollars. My nails were starting to cost almost as much as my phone bill. So it was time to reel it in and start doing things at home. And to be honest, I kind of like doing my nails at home. It's a very therapeutic experience for me. Not only do I save money, but I put on some trashy TV, I have some alone time, I don't have to worry about getting ready and driving to the salon and having to be social around other human beings. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, I'm actually thinking of growing out my nails slightly and maybe squaring them. So if you want to see me do different shapes and use different techniques or do different colors, let me know in the comments below. Everything that you need to know will be in this video, and everything that I use, well, almost everything that I use will be listed in the description box below. All right, I think that's everything that I have to say. I have dragged on this intro long enough. I swear, people hate long intros for these types of videos. I just can't help myself. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and staying subscribed, and let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Salon Reens. I already did my right hand off camera, so I will be working on my left hand today, which is so much easier to do. So first off, here are my nails after 3.5 weeks of wear and tear. My index finger got a little bit beat up because I went in on my oven when I was cleaning it the other day. Other than that though, not bad at all for 3.5 weeks. Because the tip of my nail polish on my index finger is already gone, I can actually just peel the nail polish right off by hand. I can sometimes get away with removing my gel nail polish this way, but for the purpose of this video, I will show you the correct way to do it so that you don't damage the structure of your natural nails. So the correct way to remove gel polish or artificial nails to avoid damage to your natural nails is to soak them using an acetone-based remover solution or just plain acetone. So to soak, you'll need your removing solution or acetone, some cotton balls, and aluminum foil that you've cut up into squares that are big enough to wrap around your fingers. I grab a pre-cut little square of aluminum foil and I place it under my finger. For tidiness, I pour my remover into a little white dish. I tear off a bit of a cotton ball and I completely saturate it in the remover using a pair of tweezers. I'm using tweezers so that I don't damage the nail polish on my right hand. I then place it on my nail, spread it out, making sure that it covers the whole nail as well as the tip, and then I wrap the aluminum over over my finger like a little burrito. I'm gonna let it soak for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then, one by one, I'm taking the foil off of each finger and I'm scraping the polish away with my double-sided cuticle pusher tool. You can get these at any beauty supply store or on Amazon. They're really easy to find. I alternate between the pointy end and the paddle end, but I make sure to be really careful around the very tip of my nail because that's when you can really screw up and break the nail at the tip if you're not careful. My thumb, as you can see, was a bit more of a challenge. That last bit of polish just didn't want to let go. So when this happens, I gently file off the rest, and then I file the surface of the rest of my nails to make them nice and clean and smooth. I wish I could tell you the grit of this specific nail file because it's just perfect for this, but it is so old I don't remember. It's not abrasive at all though. I always like to have my little dirt devil nearby so I can clean up my workstation as I go. On to the grooming of my nails, which is pretty much the most important part in my opinion. I like to start off with the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. Do you see all the dead skin that's bordering my nail? It's got to go. So what I do is I saturate my entire cuticle and the parameter of my nail with this stuff, and I leave it on for about 5 minutes. I don't know what sorcery is in this stuff, but it completely melts away not only my extra dead cuticle skin, but the dead skin that's built up around my actual nail. After 5 minutes of this marinating on my skin, I like to go in with my little cuticle pusher, and using the paddle side, I scrape downwards and I gather all of the dead skin at the bottom of my nail bed. This is the most satisfying part of the whole process for me because I tend to gather a lot of dead skin around my nails after 3 or 4 weeks of no grooming. My thumb, for some reason, has the most buildup, and I go in on it every single time I groom. Once I've scraped off all the dead skin and pushed my cuticles back, I like to take a cotton pad and wipe off all of the mush. Now it's time to actually trim off all the dead skin hanging around my nail. Some people like to just push their cuticles back and call it a day. I like to actually get in there and trim them and cut off any excess. I always place a little paper towel under my hand when I do this for easy cleanup later. My cuticle nippers are fairly sharp. It's important to get a good pair that will cut through the dead skin like butter, because the last thing you want is to pull on the skin and have it tear rather than a clean cut. You know what I'm saying? I think I got these at Sally Beauty or Cosmoprof. I don't quite remember, but you can get them anywhere. Sometimes when I do this, I get a little bit too excited and I nip just a little bit too close to my actual skin, and it causes a little bit of redness and maybe a drop of blood or two, but it goes away the next day. So don't be alarmed if my cuticles appear a little flushed. They don't hurt at all and it goes away by the next day. Now I'm going to toss out my dead skin cells and I'm going to move on to filing. I use 2 different files. The top one is the one that I don't remember the grit of, but if it comes to me, I'll leave it below. And the bottom one is a 100/180, which is a bit more abrasive. I really only use this file for the sides of my nails to start. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just making sure that the sides of my nails are nice and sharp and straight. And then I'm taking my less abrasive file to shape my nails. Today, I'm going for more of a pointy, witchy look. I always do square nails, and I've been trying to switch it up lately, and I quite like how this looks. I don't know the exact name of this shape. It's just kind of oval, almond, pointy. I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend to know. But to achieve this dainty, pointed nail, I basically just file the tips of my nails into a triangle, and then I round out the top. I'm not the best at explaining this stuff, so I'll just let you go based on the visual. Now that my nails are filed, let's talk about the little kit that I love and recommend to everyone. So this is the Gelish Mini Complete Starter Kit. I got this from Sally Beauty about 3 years ago, and considering how long I've had it, even the box is in pretty good condition. Mine came with 2 mini gel polishes. One is a glossy bright pink, the other one is a red glitter, both of which to this day I have not used. It came with a mini base gel and a mini top coat, which I finished, so I repurchased the full size, a mini nail dehydrator, a mini cuticle oil, a Gelish brand artificial nail remover, and a Gelish brand nail surface cleaner, which I also ran out of, so I got a full size bottle of the CND one. It also comes with a Mini Pro 45 LED curing light, which can be plugged into the wall, or you can power it by USB port. It's been a long time and I couldn't remember how much I paid for this, so I thought I'd peep sallybeauty.com real quick to see how much it goes for now. You could get the same kit as me for $101.99, or you could get just the mini Basix kit and find a cheaper curing light on Amazon. There's so many of them online now. But I was curious to see if I could find this kit on Amazon, and sure enough, I found it for $79.99. It comes with everything that came in mine, except instead of the bright pink and the red glitter polishes, you get a hot pink and a baby pink chunky glitter polish, it looks like. So you got options. Anyway, back to my manicure. I'm starting off by cleansing my nails with the CND nail surface cleaner on a cotton pad. This just ensures that your nails are clean of any oils that might be sitting on the surface. It allows the polish to adhere better to your natural nail. I also like to go in with a little bit of the Gelish pH Bond dehydrator, which more or less does the same thing. I just like to use both because I'm extra. I like to use my Gelish box to prop my hand up when I paint my nails. That way my hand is a little bit more raised, closer to my face, so I can see what I'm doing and I'm not slouching like Quasimodo. Now I'm gonna do a coat of the Gelish Foundation, which is a base gel. I'm tipping it upside down because I'm almost out of this stuff. Before applying the actual color gel polish, you absolutely need a base gel layer. It creates an adhesive bond between your nail plate and the gel polishes without damaging your nail. I try to do very thin layers for each step so that the nail doesn't look super thick in the end. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff too. Once my foundation is on, I'm gonna cure it for about 45 seconds. I just like to cure everything for 45 seconds to a minute. I like to do my thumbs separate because my lamp is so small. When I cram my hand in there, I'm not sure that my thumb is getting a lot of exposure, so I want to make sure that it cures properly. Now when it comes to gel polishes, I've used OPI, Orly, of course the Gelish brand, and China Glaze. Orly is really good in my opinion, and OPI polishes are a little bit hit or miss. Today I'm working with a black OPI polish called Black Onyx. I honestly wouldn't recommend this unless you are very comfortable with gel polishes because this polish is super wet and requires a lot of work. I normally do about 3 layers of this to get a nice opaque finish. I have a black Le Chat polish coming in the mail soon, but I was so impatient waiting for it and I just really wanted to film this video. So for today, I'll be resorting to using my OPI. I also have a paper towel underneath my hand for tidiness because I like tidiness. So as you can see, the first layer of this polish is pitiful. It's super runny, it's very see-through, and not everybody likes that in their polish. But if you're patient and willing to build it up, it actually looks quite nice in the end. Oh man, the biggest mistake I made the first time I used this OPI polish was assuming that it was going to be really opaque from the start and applying a really thick layer. And because the formula is so wet, it ended up dripping down the sides of my nails onto my skin and creating like a goopy mess. It was a great lesson. So anyway, I've got my first coat done. I'm curing it for 45 seconds and then I am moving on to my second coat, which makes a world of a difference. I could probably get away with 2 coats if I was in a rush, but I honestly think 3 coats is the sweet spot for this polish. Am I the only one who finds it really satisfying watching people paint their nails? I'm just gonna stop talking now. On my third coat, I just like to go over any spots that don't look as opaque as the rest. And it is also the time that I make sure to seal the very tip of my nail with nail polish. You want to make sure before you cure your last coat that you apply polish to the very tip of your nails to lock in the polish and prevent chipping and peeling later on. This makes a world of a difference. It will prevent the polish from lifting at the very front if you do this. And after my third coat, it's time for top coat. This top coat is actually quite runny, so I always make sure to clean off any excess polish on my brush applicator by running it along the rim of the bottle. Getting off as much as possible will ensure that I get a nice thin layer of top coat. One of the things I learned the hard way was using way too much top coat, and again, having it run down the sides of my nails onto my skin. It was just a hot mess. It takes more time, but if you do like a thicker top coat, it's better to just do 2 thin layers rather than one really thick runny one, because it will end up on your skin and it'll just be a disaster. Today, I'm just gonna do 1 coat because it's more than enough for me. Sometimes when I'm working with a darker shade, it tends to kind of rub off on the top coat applicator brush, as you can kind of see here. If this happens, I just wipe it off on the paper towel that I'm resting my hand on so that I don't get the color nail polish in my top coat bottle when I dip it back in. You'll notice that I'm also sealing the tip of my nails with my top coat as well, just as I did with the black, because this will extend the life of my manicure. Once I'm done curing my top coat, I take another cotton pad with my CND nail surface cleanser cleaner and I wipe my nails clean. Doing this removes the sticky top layer that's left on my nails. It's kind of like a sticky film from my top coat, and it leaves them glossy and shiny and not sticky. You'll notice that if you don't clean your nails at the very end after using gel polish, you do have a really gross sticky layer. That has to go. Now I'm going to apply some cuticle oil. I could use the Gelish one, but I love the scent of my cranberry one that I got from Cosmoprof. And cuticle oil just rehydrates the cuticle and the skin around the nail that's just been put through the wringer. And that, my friends, is how I do my gel manicure at home. I hope this was detailed enough and covered everything that you possibly need to know. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Everything that I use will be listed in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, and staying subscribed, and I'll see you in my next one. Okay, love you, bye.